The voices in our head. This is probably the most powerful thing on this slide because, or on in this presentation, because it will help you make sense of what the heck is going on in your head. Okay, so these are some of the voices that might show up. The diet culture voice. The diet culture voice is, you know it well. It's the one that's like, don't eat that. Nope, you're gonna gain weight. Oh no, you can't do that. Why haven't you worked out? It's the one that's like yelling at you all the time. All right. Self-improvement bully. So the diet culture voice, the diet culture bully morphs in phase two, and in phase one and phase two morphs into the self-improvement bully. Your self-improvement bully is also the one who like buys all the self-help books and listens to all the self-help podcasts, but then all you do with that information is guilt you because you're not meditating enough and you're not like waking up early enough or going to bed early, or you're not doing all the things that all these healthy people tell you that you should be doing. So the self-improvement bully is the one that like utilizes all of the self-help information to make you feel even worse about yourself. It's also going to be the one that transforms in the food freedom process. And instead of saying like, why aren't you dieting? It says like, why aren't you done healing yet? Okay, like relax, you know, it's a long process. Like get on board. You know, it's not going to happen overnight. The inner child, we love them. We love him or her, whoever yours is. The inner child got caught, got stuck somewhere along the way when you first felt ashamed of your body. The first time you felt ashamed or you felt afraid or you felt like your needs weren't getting met, your inner child bunkered down in your body and was like, well, we're never gonna put ourselves in that situation again, and how dare you be imperfect because you deserve this. The inner child is terrified. The inner child just wants the, like truly your inner child just wants the best for you and is scared, frightened, sitting in a corner. Yeah, your inner child's like 4 years old, exactly. Sitting in a corner with a blanket, like hiding and freaking out. Your inner child hides. That's who's hiding inside of you. And you know, one thing I always say to my clients is when they're like, oh my gosh, my inner child's freaking out. I'm like, well, we love her for that. You know, we love her for that because she really is trying her best. Like she's trying her best to keep you safe. She's not very good at it. Because she needs to be healed. She got caught and she was never healed. So what we do is we heal her or him or them. Okay, then you've got your data collector. So your data collector is both, can be neutral, it can be positive, can be negative. These ones at the bottom, these ones can kind of swing in both directions depending on where you're at. So your data collector is the one who like loves the research, the nutrition stuff online, you know, loves to look stuff up, read the self-help books, like listen to all the podcasts. The data collector is constantly collecting information. It's also collecting information about the world, right? About society, about stigma, about the way they're treated, about the way that your parents treat you. It's the empath, right? Your data collector is the one who's like, ooh, this feels like a scary situation. You need to, yeah, data collector is the perfectionist. Your data collector is like, this feels like a scary situation. I can't predict how this person is going to react right now. So I need to completely change myself in order to make sure that this person is not going to reject me or react badly or whatever. Okay. The data collector kind of integrates with all of these because it's like picking up information constantly and it's fairly neutral. What happens with the data collector is that if we are running on shame and fear, the data collector will look for evidence for what you're working on. So that's why fear subconsciously like controls our life, right? Is when we are terrified of being rejected, you're not addressing, right? You're just letting yourself be terrified of rejection or letting yourself be terrified of not being good enough. Your data collector comes in and looks for all of the evidence why you're not good enough, why you're going to get rejected. Because it's trying to protect you. It like teams up with the inner child. The inner child's like, hey, I think there's something. Can you look out for some rejection? Because we can't do that again. We can't go through that. And data collector's like, I'm on it. All right, let's do this. And then it's like, okay, this is evidence, this is evidence, this is evidence. So what we want to do is we want to change the data collector to be on our team. We want the data collector to look for positive stuff that empowers us. It is like a courtroom. Yeah. We want the data, right? Like you can find evidence about anything. So if you believe that you're never gonna be able to have food freedom, your data collector will find a million and one reasons why you're never gonna have food freedom. And that's just what it is. If you believe that you will, that food freedom is possible, your data collector will help you find all of the evidence for why it's possible. So we need to get it on our team, but we have to open up the doubt, right? We have to let in a little bit of doubt. Yeah, it's like Google. You can find evidence for anything you're looking for. All right. My absolute favorite voice are two favorite voices are the next two. There's the older, wiser you, the one who's 20 years ahead, 10 years ahead, whoever, the one that you picture who's like, that's the badass version of me that I want to be. The older, wiser you is sitting up there, it's looking back at you at whatever age you are right now, and it's saying like, oh, they're so worried, but like, it works out fine, sweetie, like you're good. The older, wiser you was like, yeah, do that thing, go on that trip, like have those experiences, like just relax, it works out. Your older, wiser you, like this is the one that I really want you to tap into when you're making decisions about how to take care of your body, whether or not you should even start this food freedom process or how to continue on the food freedom process. Your older, wiser you is probably going to give you some great advice. And so when you feel the need to look around at diet culture in the world or me and ask me if it's okay if you do something, ask the older, wiser you. She knows, he knows. Oh, you're getting emotional thinking about older, wiser you. Yeah. So my older, wiser me is like in this beautiful, like, I can't describe it. I don't know. One of those long, like, yeah. I'm 58 and already the older, wiser you. Okay, but your older, wiser you can still be older and wiser. And glam. My older, wiser me is glamorous. Walks into a room and just owns the party, right? Doesn't react to other people's stuff and is able to get on that stage or educate people or do amazing things in my career. The older, wiser me is the one who runs my business. I don't run my business. My older, wiser me runs my business, right? Because my days are up and down too. Hey, they always are, but the older, wiser me has always got it together. Okay. And then the rebel, I love this little graphic because it's like, the rebel is the one that a lot of you are going to really benefit from leaning into, the one that's like, I don't want to conform. I don't want to keep my mouth shut. I don't want to keep trying to shrink my life for other people's approval. So your rebel right now is probably channeled into like not being able to fix a habit or go to bed earlier or like meditate more, you know? Your rebel right now is rebelling against the things that are good for you. But your rebel could be rebelling against the things that are bad for you. Diet culture, bad for you. Rebel. Keeping your mouth shut, bad, rebel. Yeah, your rebel is allowed to be overreactive or overactive. That's good. Lean into it. Use it. Like if you look around, there's business owners. You can look online and on Instagram and stuff and find business owners, coaches and things who build entire businesses on being rebellious. That's their whole sort of brand, is like, I'm rebellious. I'm going to scream and yell about everything that I want to scream and yell about. And it's magnetizing. So if your rebel is overactive, use it somehow.